We've got your election updates on local and major races across the state of Washington.
We also have Pat Chung's response to the accusations of threatening behavior and what he said is a conflict of interest. Next on Murrow News 8.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good evening, I'm Dakota Cruz.
And I'm Cameron Baber. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
As the Whitman County elections are coming to a close, there are 4,700 votes counted and about 1,300 still left to count. On your screen, you can see the unofficial results for the selected races. Francis Benjamin is leading Al Sorensen for Pullman City Council by 500 votes. Nathan Roberts is in the lead over Carolina Silva for the Pullman School Board by 600 votes. And finally, Trisha Grantham is in prime position to be the new Pullman Regional Hospital Commissioner as she leads Reed West by 1,000 votes.
For the city of Moscow, the final election results were counted as Art Baguette was elected as the new mayor of Moscow with 65% of the votes, along with city council seats won by Haley Lewis with 25%, Julia Parker with 23%, and Gina Tereska with 21%. These individuals will serve on the Moscow Council for the new term. And as more election results continue to finalize across the country, our Murrow News 8 reporter Isaiah Sharp is live in Olympia with more.
Thank you, Cameron. Yes, I'm here in the state's capital. I'm actually standing right in front of Olympia City Hall. I don't know if you can see behind me. There's a couple of official ballot boxes that are here and scattered all across the state. Yesterday, there were a lot of major elections happening all over the country. The state of Virginia was able to announce their mayor at 1 in the morning this morning. And even in New Jersey, the governor is yet to be announced because the race is too close to call. But here in Washington, many of the races like Seattle and Tacoma mayor have been called. Bruce Harrell was able to accumulate 68% of the votes to become the new mayor of Seattle, and Victoria Woodward was able to collect 58% of the votes to become the new mayor of Tacoma. There are about 4.8 million registered voters in the state of Washington, and there was, as of 3 o'clock, 1.1 million ballots counted, and so that's about a 22% turnout rate. Over there in Whitman County, there is about 20% turnout rate for the voting for yesterday's election, and it was incredible. In Columbia County, over 50% of active voters made it out to the ballots yesterday. And so that's all I have. Reporting live in Olympia, I'm Isaiah Sharp, Murrow News 8.
Thanks, Isaiah. And we've got some new information regarding Washington State University Athletic Director Pat Chung, who is being accused of displaying threatening behavior and verbal abuse towards City Council member Al Sorensen. According to the Spokesman Review, Chung said that Al Sorensen's daughter, Jennifer Sorensen, falsely accused him and WSU of wrongdoings related to local health and safety standards. He also said that investigating officer Joshua Bray has a conflict of interest with the council member. Bray made a comment on Jennifer Sorensen's Facebook post showing the Chung party and is described as a comment of support towards the video and the commentary within it. Bray never told his superiors that he made comments on the video. Pullman Police Chief Jerry Jenkins condemns Bray's involvement, but states that he does not believe this investigation was affected. And U.S. health officials announced yesterday that children ages 5 to 11 are able to receive the Pfizer COVID-19 shot. Millions of vaccines made by Pfizer have already been shipped out to doctors' offices and pharmacies. This announcement by the CDC director, Dr. Rochelle Walensky, came out only hours after advisory panel unanimously deciding that Pfizer shots should be available to younger children.
And Palouse Medical is now scheduling patients ages 5 to 11 for their upcoming pediatric vaccine clinic on Wednesday, November 10th during 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. This is for established patients only, so you can call the number on your screen to make an appointment for your child. The Idaho State Board of Education on Tuesday approved a decision joining a federal lawsuit to block contractor requirements in President Joe Biden's COVID-19 related executive orders. Even though Idaho universities will abide by the order, the board unanimously decided to ratify the decision to join the lawsuit. The board cited unknowns in how long the lawsuit could go on, potentially jeopardizing nearly $90 million in federal research contracts.
Idaho State Police confirmed that 2 are dead after a collision Tuesday morning along U.S. Highway 95 south of Moscow. The 2 deceased are identified as 87-year-old Ernest Clem and 89-year-old Vera Clem, a married couple from Coeur d'Alene. The other person involved is a 42-year-old old man from Lewiston who was taken to the hospital. The incident caused U.S. 95 to be blocked for 3 hours both ways.
The Pullman Police Department received 127 calls during Halloween weekend. a slight increase from last year's 109 calls. Many of the calls were noise complaints, and there were a few alcohol offense-related incidents and minor assaults. Pullman PD Operations Commander Jake Oppennorth said Pullman PD encourages those who are hosting parties to contact the department as soon as possible if issues arise. Coming up, find out what program provided by a local Pullman business will no longer be able to feed the community.
And we will also take a look at the weather. Find out if you'll need to start breaking out those heavy winter jackets and boots after the break. Oak on Main, an Italian restaurant located in downtown Pullman, is no longer continuing their Feeding Our Friends program. Every Tuesday, the restaurant would give out free meals to anyone that was in need. According to the restaurant's Facebook post, the owners are unavailable to continue paying for the program, which began at the start of the pandemic. Oak on Main has given out over 15,000 free meals to the people of the Palouse.
WSU Executive Chef Jamie Callison is hosting a virtual cooking class, and registration for this event is now open. The $50 class will be over Zoom on Thursday at 6 p.m. If you or anyone you know is interested, you can go to donorbox.org/dinnerwithjamie to get more information about the virtual cooking class.
It's almost that time of the year again when snow and ice start to cover the roads and sidewalks, making it difficult to get around. Fortunately, the Facility Services team is ready to take on whatever the winter season brings. According to WSU Insider, Facility Services takes pride in keeping the campus streets and roads cleared to work towards the goal of never having to close campus due to weather.
Well, Cameron, I don't know about you, but I am not ready to think about the snow just yet.
Me neither, Dakota. I'm really enjoying this fall weather that we've been having. So let's take a look at what we can expect with Jacoby Wright.
Thanks, people. I just want to say that I hope you all are having a beautiful day today before we get into this weather. Now, let's get into the weather, actually. You will know that today's high was about 60 degrees, and today's low is going to be about 45 degrees. Let's take a look at tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be a high of 56 and a low of 36. Now, here's the problem. It is a 90% chance of rain, and as Ollie Williams from Family Guy would say, it's going to rain. So I hope you all are prepared and have a jacket and have an umbrella. Let's go ahead and take a look at our state map. You will notice that in Pullman, like I said, it was a high of 60 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. And then you will notice that in Spokane, it was a high of 54 and 43 was the low. Tri-Cities, it was a high of 54 and a low of 45. And then in Yakima, it was a high of 53 and a low of 42. Let's go ahead and look at the west side. You will notice that today's high on the west side was about 58 degrees and a low of 55 tonight, which is very slightly low. And then you will notice in Olympia, it was a high of 54 and a low of 50. I'm going to take a step off the screen so you can look at our 5-day forecast. And like I said, tomorrow is going to be 56, Friday 54. And as we get into the rest of the week, you will notice that we will have 47 and 47 and another 47. I don't know why they got 50 on there. But anyway, like I said, I hope you guys have a great day. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jacoby, for that. Well, Coach Rolovich has responded to the Cassidy Woods lawsuit filed by the former player earlier this year.
And find out what facts he is challenging in other sports with news with Jackson Scarum next.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
Attorneys for Rilovich and WSU filed a legal answer to Cassidy Wood's lawsuit on Friday. In his legal answer, it said that defendants denied that WSU knowledge of football players testing positive before student-athletes returned to Pullman. It is also said that defendants deny any nonchalance regarding COVID-19 risks or an environment where safety protocols were not in place. The WSU women's golf is going into their third day in the Pac-12 preview in Hawaii. Currently, the Cougs are in 10th with a total score of plus 28. In the last time out, the Cougar women's golf team moved up 2 spots on their team leaderboard. We'll see if the Cougs have what it takes to lower the score just a bit more. Moving to WSU volleyball, it looks like the WSU Cougar volleyball game has changed its time. According to WSU Cougar volleyball on Twitter, it says that Sunday's match against ASU has been moved to 11:30 a.m. They also said to not forget to fall back the time on Sunday morning because of daylight savings. Aside from the change, the Cougs will be playing against Arizona this Friday at 6 p.m. and will be taking on Arizona State on Sunday. WSU coach Jake Dickert is looking to recruit some high school students in Washington. He seemed pretty excited about going out to watch these games.
Just excited to be able to do that and then shake some coaches' hands and be on a Friday night game and watch some high school guys play. It'll be fun for me.
We'll see how the high school football players do, and good luck to all the players watching. The Braves have won the World Series. With 2 outs in the 9th inning, Gurl gets a hit, but it wasn't enough. The Braves threw a ball to first, ending the game 7-0. The Braves have been through some grueling losses before, with a game where they blew a lead 3-1 in the National League Championship Series. It looks like the team overcame their demons and played their hearts out. Congrats to the Braves.
With the holiday season right around the corner, find out how your morning coffee is going to become a little bit more festive.
We can't wait to tell you all about it after the break.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Starbucks has brought back the red cups as we enter into the holiday season. The coffee chain released a sneak peek of this year's festive designs before they hit stores tomorrow, November 4th. These 4 new holiday cup designs celebrate the decorative elements of the season. Well, Cameron, I don't know about you, but tomorrow that is my first stop of where I'm going to get a red cup.
I completely agree. I cannot wait to get my festive Starbucks holiday cup with my yummy pumpkin spice latte in it. All right, thanks guys for watching. If you missed anything in this newscast or any of our previous newscasts, you can always watch us on our YouTube channel.
And more news can be found at nwp.org/MurrowNews8, and you can follow us on our Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Have a good